What's you think is overhyped now?
Patek is really quite overhyped. I would say lah. So if you have an unworn set of Hawk, then I mean you can call up to 30k, I think.
30k.
Yeah.
Mine still got sticker on. Okay, I'll go and look for you. Without even seeing the watch, straight away I just tell my wife, no, I'm going to get it. So I'll just start going for it. To me, I will still tell people, watch is to wear something you like. And I always tell people, if you want to buy watch for investment, then you better buy share, buy property.
Yes, correct. Yeah. True lah. RM is growing to be a very big bubble lah. So yeah, and some models are like past 1 million kind. Because the card is like very easy to fake ma. So there's a lot of fake cards going around. For Patek, we authenticate the paper. We also weigh the paper. Yeah, so the paper must be like certain weight lah. Foreign sellers like Hong Kong, China, Thailand. Right. A lot of this type will.
Today, we are diving into the future of watches. 2025 has been a roller coaster ride. We will be breaking down what's hot, what's dropping like a stone, and what you should avoid if you don't want to burn money on your wrist. Today, we have two of Singapore's sharpest watch insiders with us to share their insights, predictions, and maybe to show off a few pieces. They are Desmond from KB Luxury and George Tan from Vintage Fusion.
Hello.
Hi.
So, 2024, we saw some major corrections in the market, especially after that crazy COVID boom. So, where do each of you see the market is heading in 2025 and 2026? Are we done with the corrections, or there's more pain ahead?
I think that we are done with the corrections already, and then maybe we are facing a bit of like slight increase in the market lah, especially like the popular models like Nautilus and Daytona lah. These two are like spearheading the increase of the demand of watches lah. Yeah, I feel so lah.
In a way, I agree with Desmond. To add on, I think other than the correction, I think this is the right correction because back in the COVID days, I think everybody knows people don't travel. That's why the prices all boom. But correctly mentioned by him, the popular models will still be there, and price is now also like what he says, showing upward sign.
Right.
But it's not like last time, like COVID, every month increased 10%, 20%, month on month, 10, 20%, 10, 20%.
Right.
Now it's like maybe 6 months, then increase about like 5% or something like that. Slowly increase lah. Yeah, and it's because of Rolex price, the retail price increase also lah.
All right.
But there's also a prediction because of the tariff on Switzerland.
Yes.
To the US market.
Yep.
One side of the story is, there may be more watches coming over to Asia.
Yeah.
Which means that we may have more stocks if the brands produce the popular models, as it is the quantity.
Yeah.
But then I read in one side that in the US, they have actually enough stock for the next 6 to 9 months. Within they already stock up before the tariff happens. So to me, we will see how the situation go,
Yes.
in the next 6 months.
Yeah. Because we mentioned about COVID. So one thing about COVID, I want to touch a little bit about that. The COVID so-called boom, actually what drives that? What drives the boom of luxury watches?
Too much money. No,
from where?
From usually it's like last time it's like crypto, NFT, all these like boom.
Yeah.
Then also government like give a lot of like free money like that. In a way, free money lah. It's like a interest-free loan or something like that. So businesses a lot of money flowing. Then they buy car, they buy watches in the local market lah. That's why it increase a lot lah. Right. I feel lah. Yeah.
And on top of that, because people during COVID they can't travel.
Okay.
So probably I set aside a sum of money to do traveling, to reset myself or to buy luxury stuff. But then I can't travel, I can't buy all this stuff. So when COVID hit, I channel the money to that. Second point is during COVID, especially we have this circuit breaker. So overseas also, so the factories actually stop, which means production drop.
Yeah.
So when production drop, supply drop.
Yeah.
Supply drop, wow, people panic. So when people panic,
The prices will drive the prices
so
up.
the second hand suddenly boom.
Yeah, it's a FOMO.
Because FOMO lah. Because production drop but now come to full-fledged already after COVID. So
okay, we want to talk about besides the tariff, what kind of global trends is driving the demand now?
I don't know, but because we are in Asia, so usually the Chinese market will like spearhead our trend, our hype models. So for now they are very popular on like those batik, higher end batiks, like those with original diamond and everything. So those are like crazy high now, and the production are very low.
Okay.
So I see that Hong Kong is like, because Hong Kong is next to China, so usually my Hong Kong dealers, they all will tell me that, wow, this batik price keep increasing. So that's the trend right now, I feel. Richard Mille is really not really flying off the shelf right now.
Those are high end. So
those are very
even
high.
your effects will be the high end sort of a segment of the market.
Yeah, correct.
I think in other words, the off-catalog items watches, designs. Because when it's off-catalog, people want something unique. People want something different now. Like say all the diamonds,
exclusive ones.
Yes.
Exclusive ones. And if you talk about trend, I think now from big to mid-size I would say. So the 38, 39 are in. So there are more watches about this range, even the high-end brands coming out with that. One. Two is other than the size, I think now a lot of brands are going back to their heritage and coming out with a lot of reissues. Ting VC, they come out with 222.
Yeah.
And now even the steel model, and it's so super hard to get.
Yeah.
And then of course other brands, they go dig into their history and then come up with a reissue. So the reissue is one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, I see a lot of micro brands coming up.
Yes.
For the past, maybe 1-2 years. So our consumers are shifting that to more independent micro brands nowadays. Do you think there's a demand for that?
Huge
demand. But I think the resale value sucks, right?
I'm not very sure.
For Desmond he's a dealer.
I'm a dealer, so I don't really deal in like micro brands.
Okay.
But I know that there are some dealers that exclusively deal in like independent watch brand.
Right.
So there's still a market for that, but it's a bit niche.
Depends on which independent brand you're talking about. If it's a popular ones,
Studio Underdog. I name one of them.
Oh, okay. That I classify as micro brand then.
Yeah, micro brand.
Studio Underdog, if it's a collaboration with someone else, with Moser, okay, not too bad. I'm talking about, first I talk about the demand first. Why is there such demand? For the last 3 years, I think Singapore, we had a very successful micro brand fair. We call Spring Strength Sprung.
Yes. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
This year they are doing it again on consecutively 4th year.
In the library, National Library.
No, it's just opposite. So it's very nearby.
Oh, right.
At the art center, or just opposite.
Yeah, right.
I'm supposed to help.
Looking forward to.
Yeah. So because of that, the demand is there. Two is because a lot of youngsters, when they come in, some indies are a bit too much for them in terms of the pricing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But micro brands fill up this void. Okay, it's a quantum issue, like you say, the resale value suck. But if I can buy a MP&F lookalike or a work lookalike, that kind of weird quirky design at a small price, the loss is not as great. But I will wear it, I will enjoy it. That's why I say the market is there.
Yeah.
Then this certain brand that do handcraft dial movement. There's this brand called Wanzhou, which is one of the up and coming brand. So there are still market, but you must bang on the right ones. Yeah.
So I think just now we talk about those full steel sports watches. Is it still very highly in demand now?
They are the only ones that are in demand now.
It always puzzled me because like two-tone, the demand is lower than the full steel. So, two-tone, there's precious metal inside.
True, but because people don't buy the watch for the metal, they buy the watch for the watch, So
you mean full steel looks better?
It's more of a, I don't know how to say it, but it's more of a watch, like
quite a peculiar sort of market.
Correct.
Sentiments, I would say.
I used to do sports. So to me, sports is always watch, sports watch
More
always
wearable, I
still,
think.
yeah,
Yeah,
more ruggedized.
Yeah.
And then you don't associate precious metal with sports event, you know. So that's why, like what Desmond said, sports is still is always there. And another factor is two-tone with precious metal, suddenly the price jump a lot.
Yeah.
Compared to just the steel model.
Retail.
I mean, let's don't talk about the popular model in terms of the retail. So people will tend to, wow, I mean, just that two-tone only, you know. And two-tone in terms of the look, it's not really neither sports or neither dressy watch to a lot of people. That's why steel is the one that people still go to lah. Yeah. For sports model.
Usually it's steel, then full gold,
Okay.
and then two-tone. Two-tone is usually the last lah.
So what's you think is overhyped now?
Patek is really quite overhyped. I would say lah. Even though I like Patek, but it's really a bit overhyped right now. It's quite crazy, the price. Because of the demand is too strong and the supply is really very little.
Yeah. There is a reason for Patek being overhyped because their policy is in order to go to their high com, you need to start with their basic and you need to have a record with their basic. Until X pieces, then you are qualified for certain jump, you know, certain complication and go up. That's why the demand is so high.
Okay, now is showcase time. I understand that each of you brought some personal collections.
Okay.
Maybe we can start with George.
Oh, okay. For me, I'm more, I started off with vintage. So I'm more a vintage guy. Of course, I also have something new. So what I have here are 4 pieces that are very different. 2 prototypes, one independent and one mainstream brand. So this prototype to me is the most special because if you zoom in closer, you can see the whole dial is filled with 007. So back in the 90s when Omega wanted to do a commemorative watch for James Bond because it's an official watch for James Bond movie, the creative team come up with a few models and this is one of them, the Dynamic.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks. And the Dynamic was canned, this model was canned because it wasn't worn on Pierce Brosnan's hand in a James Bond movie. He only wore a Seamaster. So because of that, this was canned and then only 10 pieces was made and then 1 piece went missing and then I was lucky to purchase this with the box and paper and the paper, the warranty dated the place at the Burns Factory's boutique. You know, so I'm quite happy with this. I sent it for auction valuation before. The guy, the evaluator was like damn cute. He said he never seen this and he estimated back then this to be about 10,000 start. But then he actually behind and then offered me. I told him no, like, it's okay. So I'll just keep it. So okay, jump to the next one. This is to me the best of the Omega watches because it's called the pipe hand dial Omega Constellation from the 50s. Come with they call it the snake or the brick bracelet. Why is it snake or brick? Because it's so soft, it's swivel and looks like a snake. Yeah. And then it actually pieced every single little piece of small little brick into it. So it's not one piece, it's one small little bricks into it. And then pipe hand dial in the Omega Constellation is always rare, and this is a step pipe hand. And it's solid gold. And we have been through so many financial crises. So a lot of bracelets were actually melted and sold as gold. So not many of the bracelet is left. So in fact, the bracelet is even more rare. The best part is it still has this stretchy.
Yeah, it's still in good condition.
Yeah, it's still in very good condition. And I never want to do this because it takes 20-30 years to have this rainbow patina, they call it, on the gold.
Oh, the a bit tarnish look.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a vintage piece.
Definitely 50s.
Wow. 50s. And then this piece, of course, I think no stranger check-in. We call it the Clown. And very interesting story also. When he first came to Singapore, in a Singapore Watch Fair, I was so keen on this. And this was only retailing at below 10K. back then my wife was like, hey, this is like a cartoon watch, forget it, so expensive, you know. So I was like, okay. Actually, I like it a lot. Then I said, okay, skip. Then subsequent year, he came again, and then the price went almost double. Not really double, about 12K.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey, now the price went up, forget it. I was like, okay. Third year, I said, no, first time I am not going to listen to my wife. And then this time it was like almost 16,000. And then
every year increase.
Yeah, I took a leap. Because after that, he won GPHG award.
Yeah.
So I took a leap of faith and took it. And then now this piece is about 30 plus, almost double. In fact, double. And then this is special because the stripe even has a signature by him, signed by him, check-in. And the last one is this IWC Aqua Timer. It's also a prototype. Back then, they come out with a round Aqua Timer case. This is from 1968. I even have the archive paper from IWC. I didn't bring the archive paper. Why I say this is a prototype? The designer of the case, because this is a cushion case, from round, this is the first cushion case that they produced. And then he actually engraved the fish on the dial at the 12 o'clock. So this is the only one that has this fish. Then after that, they launched this cushion case Aqua Timer.
Wow.
It's one of the earliest inner Bezelton, because back then in the late 70s, 60s, 70s, very popular design. Come with the original tropic stripe also.
Wow.
So yeah. These are the four that
Wonderful
I
collections. How about Desmond?
Wow, very hard to follow up on that.
Your risk.
No, that's why I didn't bring my collection. Can I compete?
Yours is also nice.
Yeah. For me, because I'm a watch trader, so usually, for me, usually I'm watch trader by nature, so I don't really have a personal collection. So I just wear whatever I buy. So I buy in, usually I prefer like those bigger cased Nautilus because my wrist is big So like those 5711, 5712 is a bit thin for me So today I wearing a 5726 This is the moon phase with the annual calendar. Yeah, I like it because it's a bit thicker than the 5712 and it's not so hyped in the industry Yeah, so I like this, and then this one is my favorite watch from Rolex It's a Rolex Hawk It's been discontinued already, and I like it because it's full green. Yeah, full green dial. So
I think it's pretty hard to get now. Nowadays, full Hawk, man.
It's even more expensive than the newer Starbucks.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Hopefully Rolex don't come out with the same one again.
What kind of prices in the resale market now? I mean, it's commanding now.
It's about 20 to 24,000, depend on the year. Like that, yeah.
For full set.
For full set, yeah.
For pre-owned or
pre-owned. Unworn very hard to get now So if you have an unworn set of Hawk, then I mean you can call up to 30K, I think.
30K.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine still got sticker on. Okay, I'll go and look for you.
Unworn set of Hawk, then I mean you can call up to 30K, I think.
30K.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine still got sticker on. Okay, I'll go and look for you.
Okay, and for first-time buyers, what kind of trends and Instagrammable hypes they should avoid?
For first-timer, don't buy into what is hype right now, but buy into what you like. Because what is like, usually people come to me and ask me for their first watch, they will say that, hey, what watch good to invest what watch can buy then don't lose so much money. I mean, in the end, it's almost all quite similar. I mean, if you talk about Rolex, I mean, most people buy their first watch is Rolex Like if first luxury watch, usually they buy Rolex. So usually all the Rolex, like if you go with Submariner, Daytona or GMT or even Explorer, you cannot even go wrong one. Like the price, you don't need to, if you like Explorer, you don't have to like purposely go and buy a Daytona which you don't really like. Something like that.
I think it boils down a very good question. Is a watch collection passion or investment?
Yeah. Usually it's like a mix of both. If people go into Rolex, they don't want to lose so much money, and then they also like watches. So usually if you go with Rolex, as a first watch is good, and I don't think we'll lose so much money. So any model of the Rolex, I think is still okay. Yeah.
My wife always put me down to earth. If I want to buy something, she will be the one asking me a series of questions. How many of these do you have? Will you wear this often? Or is this just your another price possession? Buy already, put, and then you go look for another one. That's one. In terms of the internet or the sensation, the hype, ask yourself, is that really what you want? Because people are trying to let's put it this way, watch story sells. So if people sell all the stories and you are attracted by it, give yourself some time to cool down. Can you, after 3 days, the feeling dwindle, go down, or do you still have this desire to want it? Some cases, I think it's unavoidable. Like example, the Twice Speedy Tuesday thing, because it only sold online, and then if they come out, they broke record. Both broke record.
Correct.
So for me, I'm a sucker for Speedmasters. I'm an Omega guy. So without even seeing the watch, straight away I just tell my wife, no, I'm going to get it. So I'll just go in for it. I missed on the first one because we were in Japan, and then the internet not very good. But I got the second one. I'm very happy. So sometimes it's unavoidable. But
congrats.
Most importantly is ask yourself, is that the one that you, like what Desmond said, you really want? Buy something you like, not follow.
Buy something that I think you will wear.
Yes, buy something that you
put in
wear.
your cold storage and as a prized possession.
So buy something that you wear. Some. Okay, maybe. I always tell people sometimes I become a Darth Vader. Why? I turn to the dark side. If someone say, hey, do you want a Daytona at retail price? To me, why not?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Like that's what I say. I also don't. I also like Daytona for the design. It's one of the iconic chronograph.
Yep.
But if you ask me, So I always tell people, for this portion, I turn to the dark side. Maybe I will use that as a little investment. But to me, I will still tell people, watch to wear something you like. And I always tell people, if you want to buy watch for investment, then you better buy share, buy property.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So that's my take. Yeah.
Okay. Just now you mentioned about Rolex sport watches.
Yeah.
It's more highly in demand for first time buyers, safer bag. So how about other brands like AP, Royal Oak and all those?
For first timer, usually the Royal Oak series are like more expensive lah. Usually, if you compare to let's say a Rolex Daytona Panda is about 30k, 40k lah. Yeah, around there. So like pre-owned. Then if you compare to a AP Royal Oak, pre-owned is already around about 50k already. So and I think it's a bit more pricey. It's harder to enter when you are a first timer. And also if you compare the older models of the Royal Oak and offshore, they are plagued with problems lah. Like quite a lot of times you have to service the watch like regularly, like maybe 2 to 3 years or 3 to 5 years. In like for Rolex, you don't have this problem lah for Rolex. So Rolex is usually the safer bet for you if you want longevity in the watch and more durable, something like that lah. Yeah.
I think at the resale value also.
Yeah, and the resale value for AP is not that strong because AP, I don't know why, but Singaporeans they prefer Rolex more lah.
Right.
Yeah, and AP, if you want to get from retail, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
And if you get from retail, you want to resell, is another story. They will ban you lah usually. Yeah, even if you resell at a loss. Yeah.
Unless a good investment, unless it's really the classic Royal Oak, not offshore lah.
Not offshore.
Yeah.
And for those Instagrammable hypes, those hyped up AP usually is like in the 100,000s one like open work lah, then or the full ceramic, perpetual whatever, limited edition, Spider-Man. All these are hyped by and worn by like NBA people, like rappers, all these. But those are really out of reach lah.
Okay. So let's get some bold predictions now.
Okay.
Which brand and model you think will break out next?
To me, I'm a fan. I'm not just Omega lah. I'm a fan of Breguet. I thought Breguet and as well as this brand VC at the top echelon, they're still very undervalued to me. Very underrated. They make very good watches, but then somehow they just cannot break out. So I'm hoping, they are able to break out. Why I make this bold prediction? Because recently they have a new CEO for Breguet.
Yeah.
And he came from Omega. Okay. And Omega Moonswatch, Omega Snoopy, Omega 321 is his project. So I hope he bring new life to Breguet and then make Breguet, there. And as for VC, recently they also dig deep into their heritage. This year they're celebrating 270 years, and then wow, when they come out with 222 in gold, I was so stunned. But then the price is a bit over for me. But then now they come out with the steel model. So I'm hoping VC will also, one day, I be there, So these are my prediction for these two. But that said, the Trinity will still be there. Not all the models of the Trinity, but, will still be there.
Yeah.
The Rolex sports model will still be there. And then one area to take note is vintage and neo vintage, especially the neo vintage. The neo vintage is still very untapped. So the definition to me...
How you define the new vintage?
That's why I say NEO or new vintage. So anything 70s and below, we call vintage. So 80s to probably to 2000, we call new vintage, because that void is neither vintage or new. So that's the category. And new vintage in the 80s, 90s, there are a lot of good models, especially the AP Perpetual, the 861 Omega. The price is still quite low. And then I think it's also a good time to look into that area, the new vintage pieces.
Yeah, I agree that new vintage pieces are really underrated right now. Yeah, for like Rolex also. Rolex, like the Kermit and all those like Pepsi, Coke.
Yes.
Is really very underrated. Like those 90s one.
Pepsi underrated, the GMT.
Yeah, the older GMT.
The older
GMT, Pepsi and Coke. And the two-tone is root beer.
It's less than half the price of what you can find in the new Pepsi.
Yes, and vintage got the new vintage got a bit like the retro feel that.
Yes.
And it's not so retro until like the whole watch is very very hard to find one in good condition. New vintage still can find in good condition, so it's a good entry point also.
I think he mentioned it perfectly. The beauty of a vintage or new vintage is the loom that they use. The material that they use for their dials and the markers, the indices, because it's tritium. And then now they turn to super luminova, you hardly change. But when we use the term patina, it becomes rare.
Yeah,
it becomes
like egg yolk.
special. Yeah,
egg yolk patina.
Correct. So it really has that allure, that feel. Yeah.
What watch you think will be hit hardest next year?
Hit hardest, like drop the most.
Yeah.
Or
in fact, all brands are going down. I mean, as earlier we mentioned, we are doing a correction now. So all brands are going down, barring certain models of the brands. Rolex, not all models are there also.
Yeah.
And some of them are also going down. So, but to me, the brand that you mentioned, to me, RM.
RM.
Yeah.
Okay.
true RM is growing to be a very big bubble So yeah, and some models are like past 1 million kind. So it's a bit bragging rights for those rich people.
Right.
But I think it will maybe pop one day.
Especially now when China is toning down, and then the government is catching bribery, corruption, and then so because RM used to be very big in China, and then they are also softening for RM.
Yeah. So you talk about China. I think interesting. China watches. You think will be up and coming? There's their craftsmanship and movement.
Okay.
Actually, it's quite reputable.
Yeah, I saw the what Guilloche Dao or something, right?
Okay, if you mention 10, 20 years ago, yes, I don't really will go into it. China brand. But this brand Barons, Hourglass is carrying Barons by under their branch Watches of Switzerland.
Yeah.
That means the big boss take note of this China brand.
Yeah.
So I believe it's going somewhere. And recently, I think I just congratulate my friend big time. They are now the official distributor in Singapore and Thailand for Seagull.
Oh, Seagull, yeah.
Seagull has a deep history and they make their own movement.
Yep.
So long as China don't go into the copy, fake, they have the technology, they have all the means to make it. It's still not there yet, I must say, when people still associate, China brand, But I think it will catch up and then they will,
Yeah.
Even this brand Cigar,
Yeah.
GPHG or what? It's a China brand.
Yeah, Seagull is.
Yeah.
It is a very established, very has a lot of legacy, I would say.
Yeah.
This question may be for Desmond.
Okay.
In terms of comes to risk, what kind of red flags you see as a dealer? I mean, in Singapore.
Like red flag as in
Like fake papers, even people try to sell you fake watches.
now
What do you encounter as a dealer?
I have encountered the whole watch is original. I mean the watch you open up inside is original, but some parts of the outside of the watch is fake. So when we authenticate, you have to every part of the watch have to check lah. Like maybe the clasp of the watch is fake, or the bracelet of the watch is fake, but the head is real. Have this type. Especially if overseas.
So most likely you'll reject it lah.
Confirm.
You can't take it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But there are some fakes that is very, very good. So usually we have to use a microscope and see those 100 times magnifier, something like that.
Okay.
Because the most important is the dial and the case of the watch must be real. And the movement, of course.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and the card, now a lot of watches, the card are because the card is very easy to fake. So there's a lot of fake cards going around. Yeah, so must be careful. Frankenstein watches usually is more for vintage or new vintage kind lah. Yeah, but for modern Rolex and Patek, for Patek we authenticate the paper. We also weigh the paper. Yeah, so the paper must be certain weight lah. Then the texture must be there for us to buy lah. Because a Patek with paper and without paper is different a lot . I mean the price difference is a lot. Yeah.
Does it happens a lot, this kind of fraud thing?
Usually in Singapore, not really. But because watch is a global market.
Yeah. So who are these? Are they locals or
usually
are foreign buyers trying to scam us?
Foreign sellers. Foreign sellers
like
Hong Kong, China, Thailand.
Right.
A lot of this type will try to scam lah.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, to add on and mention what Desmond said, right? I just want to make a bit of correction. When some of the parts are fake and some of the parts are real, this is not really called a Frankenstein watch. It's not a Franken watch. It's outright fake with original. Franken means not period correct, but then you paste it together. That is a Franken. So
those mob watches, are they? What do you call them?
Mod. Modified.
Modified lah.
Seiko has a lot of
like you put a Rolex and put full diamond, that one modified.
That's modified lah. So that's a mod watch.
Obviously it's a Seiko because Seiko, the logo is there.
Yeah.
But so how you classify that kind of watches? Do you take in that kind of watches?
No. Usually if the watch is been touched before, for Rolex I don't really take in.
But I heard it's a major, huge market in overseas, no? Mob watches.
I mean, if you are trying to impress people and then you want to put the full diamond on your Daytona, can
But as a dealer, you won't take it up.
As a dealer, I won't take in.
I see.
Price will drop.
Price will drop. And very hard to revert back to original.
Yeah, not easy to revert back to original.
Yeah. So I think good line of advice is don't anyhow, modify your watch.
Yeah, don't modify your watch.
And another thing that he mentioned, he weighed the paper, right?
Yes.
I know a friend who operates it's like a LV grade printing center. The paper quality is this thick, and then if I show him a vintage paper with yellowish look with that weight, he can find and give me that exact quality.
Wow. Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
But what happens if the watch is genuine, the paper is fake?
That's why we must authenticate the whole thing.
Will you still take it up? I mean
I will take in as a watch only. The paper is useless already. Yeah.
Usually paper will cost a bit more with the watch. Yeah. But then if that is a fake, if it's a Patek, you can still send in the watch for archive.
Okay.
But archive only 5 or 6 years. If new watch, they don't really do archive. So if it's a fake paper and then you try to sell it off, then it's very difficult. But if it's a watch only, the price is also different if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for Patek, maybe watch only minus 20-30%.
Yeah.
Any brand or watch you think a wild card collector can bet on, for next year?
I also like, other than VC, I also like Lange. Lange also to me, in the recent time, very underpriced. Underrated.
Underpriced?
Yes, because, like it or not, but their yearly production is like 6,000. compare to Patek, add another zero to the bag, but their price is about the same. So of course, when it comes to pre-owned second-hand, prices is always down. So I'm hoping that, Lange can go, but if you should say banging on one is VC, this model 222. It's so classic, beautiful, and then it's now so hard to get. I'm like queuing, hoping to get one also.
Okay.
Yeah, VC now the most hype is the 222.
222.
Yeah,
Okay.
even the overseas is like not there already.
Yeah, not there already.
222 overtake already.
Then another one to take note is this is the 5th year already for the Snoopy. So maybe it's time for the 4th one to come out. So
Or relaunch.
I don't know when. Yeah.
Right.
Because the current one is the 3rd Snoopy. So they have Snoopy 1, Snoopy 2, Snoopy 3. So Omega would be nice if they come out with Snoopy 4.
Okay, final thoughts. What's one line of advice you will give to a first-time buyer?
Buy what you like. Don't buy into the hype. Yeah.
Buy within the budget.
Buy within the budget. Don't buy
Don't
into the hype.
overgear. Maybe don't go and some even trying to encourage consumers to go and take a loan to buy watches. It's only like 1,000 per month. Do you encourage that? I mean,
I do that also because I have some credit card installment to make it like easier to buy. But then if it's like really, if you sign the credit card already, then it's like max out your credit card limit, then don't lah. Yeah, then really don't.
If you want to buy something, make sure the seller is reputable and you have an avenue lah. Then this person, I have people coming to want my watch, but I'm not retired yet, so I issue queue number. So if I decided to sell, okay, because they trust my condition, they trust me. So as for the seller, same thing lah. Trust the seller. If the seller is reputable and good, usually they will honor what they sell, what they do. So buy the seller.
Yes.
Yeah. Make sure what you're buying, all this, And even if you pay overpriced, don't blame on the dealer lah. The dealer come out this price and then you willingly pay. Then after you say, hey, the price actually is lower. But then you already bought on the spot and then no one point a gun at you to force you to buy.
Yeah.
So do your homework, make sure you check, There are a lot of websites now for you to roughly get a gauge, Carousel, Chrono24. These are some of the good platforms to
Chrono24, have you bought anything from there?
No, not for me.
Yeah. Because all these are overseas buyers and
Yeah, I sell on Chrono24.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but usually they take quite a big percentage lah. Then it's quite hard to be competitive.
Because they hold the money.
Yes, they
hold the payment
have some like escrow thing lah.
Escrow thing lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even Chrono24, same by the seller. You check the feedbacks. Of course, feedback can be fake, can be
fake
bought.
lah, yeah.
But then the best is you just do some background check on the seller. You can
Just go
search
Google,
because sometimes the best part is sometimes if it's too cheap to be true, and then all are that price hovering at that level, suddenly you get the
fire
same
sale.
thing like that.
There's no fire sale one.
Yeah,
There's
in
no
the
fire
modern
sale.
context, back in my days, maybe 30 years ago, where internet, eBay is still not. I'm one of the pioneer in eBay, I think, 1995, 96. So, then you got to have your gut feel or make sure you see the physical stuff. But then now it's so widely open, and then sometimes when you do your homework, information may not be 100% true. So make sure you check a few informations rather than just that particular one. Yeah. That's my take lah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
That's all for today. Thanks for joining. Follow and subscribe for more interesting content. Also tell us which watch you think will be the next big hit or the next overpriced bubble in the comment section. See you next time.